I just had one of the best vacations in my life for the last week, and today I want to talk all about it because that's kind of why I haven't been posting as much for the last couple days. But anyways, the trip started off as sort of like a celebration for my girlfriend's graduation of college, right? I already graduated college last year and now she's graduating. So yeah, exciting. And because of this, we actually invited all of our families and extended families, both me and her. So basically, her family came in from, out of state to visit her for the first time in a while, in a couple months at least. So that's exciting on its own. And then she also invited some of her extended family who are just from all around the country. Wow, we just won that first round easy. And so they all fly in as well. And I also invite my parents and siblings. So this is the first time, by the way, that both of our parents are meeting each other, like in person. So that was pretty interesting. I think it all went well, and the families even stayed at like lodging that was right next to each other, so they got some time to get to know each other, and it basically all went really good. The next day, graduation hits. My girlfriend actually graduates. We're all sitting next to each other. It's going really good. And later that day, we also have a party. So yeah, overall vibes for the vacation are just starting off really good. And this is happening still like while I'm home. So vacation hasn't really officially started, but I am stopping my work. Even if I'm still at the place where I live, the vacation has started. So after the graduation finishes, the party's over and everything. And this was around Mother's Day, by the way, guys. So as part of the vacation, we're celebrating the graduation. We also want to celebrate Mother's Day. Right before my parents go home, we have a joined like breakfast, lunch sort of thing with both of our moms and all the families at some breakfast place. My girlfriend and I got our moms both these giant like Mother's Day cards, which I've never seen before. We got it at Dollar Tree for like $3, and it's like a 2-foot poster where you can just sign your name and put your messages, right? So that was pretty funny. And after the brunch, we basically get started with the actual vacation, the actual trip part of the vacation, because we're going to out of state. Because as part of Mother's Day, we decided to go to Universal Studios for my girlfriend's mom's Mother's Day. So we took a road trip, and I was the driver for like this whole vacation. So I think I did like probably around 2,000 miles of driving the last week, which if you are an American viewer, like you know how much driving that can be. Okay, we are gonna get cooked here. Hold up. Okay, but I drove like 7 hours from my state to get to LA, which is where the Universal Studios was. And this was the day before Mother's Day, so I think, yeah, we just settled in at an Airbnb somewhere near Universal, so like in Hollywood, if you know where that is. And it was a pretty good Airbnb. I liked it. Some of my girlfriend's family said the house smelled like animal, kind of like because it was a animal friendly home. I personally didn't smell it that much, but I also couldn't breathe because I was kind of sick. Yes, I was also sick for this whole vacation. Despite it being really good, I got sick literally at the first day of the vacation, which is dumb because I was not sick for the last like 4 months. But we stayed in the Airbnb, and we also like walked around that area in Hollywood, pretty famous area where all these celebrities and movie stars like live, and we got dinner over there. So that was an overall pretty cool experience being in that area. But then the next day came, I think it was Sunday, so like a week ago, and it was Mother's Day. So now it was time to go to Universal Studios, which I've only been one other time in my life. It was for like a VidCon trip with my friends. So this was going to be my second time at Universal. By the way, comment if you've ever been to Universal Studios, either in California or anywhere else, and let me know your experience because I had a good time there. So already being there one time before, I knew like kind of what the rides were going to be like, but we still went on every main ride. We started off in the Harry Potter section on that ride. That was a pretty fun one. We did the big one inside the castle, and then also the outdoor roller coaster, if you know about that one. And then we did like the Simpsons ride, I think, next. Eventually did the studio tour, which was honestly one of my favorite parts. The studio tour, it's not like a roller coaster, although there are some cool parts in it. It kind of just shows you the history of Universal and like some famous movies and spots they filmed at. So I enjoyed that a lot. And you're kind of just sitting there in a bus tour, not having to walk around. So it was pretty relaxing after walking around the whole day. But after the studio tour, we just did the rest of the rides. If you're wondering, my favorite ride at Universal was the Mummy. That thing, we rode that like 2 or 3 times in a row, back to back. Just hopped in the single rider line. It was so fun because it goes so super fast. So if you're going to Universal, I recommend the Mummy. or just do all the rides, but that's my favorite one. Also, let me know what you guys think of just these kind of commentary style videos. Some of y'all told me to do these similar to Rec1's channel, and I agree. Like, these are just fun to make, easy to make, and y'all can hear what I'm up to. And why not do it while playing PvP, trying to get better at it. So yeah, after Universal, we I think it was a weekday. It was either Monday or Sunday, but they closed the park early at like 6 p.m., which is kind of weird. I always assume they just closed these giant parks, you know, late in the day. But apparently on the weekdays, they close it earlier because there's less people, less workers available. So yeah, whatever, 6 p.m. We were pretty much done for the day anyways. We covered a lot of stuff because we were there since like 8 a.m. probably. But overall, Universal, really solid part of the vacation. And I'm grateful that my girlfriend's family just paid for all that for me. So I was like I'll pay whatever y'all want me to pay, but they said it was part of the Mother's Day gift, so I'm thankful for that. And I got to do it with my girlfriend, so that's obviously a huge bonus. But then after Universal, our plan was to go down to a different city in California to visit my girlfriend's other family at their house. They happen to live there, and they said we could stay over for a few nights as part of our vacation. And I'd met them before, they were super nice, so grateful that they were able to let us stay over there for a few nights. And the thing about this house is that there were 8 dogs in this house. 6 to 8 dogs, I think. In case y'all don't know, I'm allergic to dogs, guys. Actually, I'm filming right now, and my girlfriend just walked in. Hi. We were just talking about you. She's also probably gonna edit this video. She's the editor now. So not only am I sick, I'm also gonna have like allergies now from all these dogs, because usually just one dog's enough to make me feel sick from allergies. But luckily my girlfriend's mom had some allergy medicine, and so I took those right away. This usually happens when I visit them and they have dogs at their house, but this time I just forgot to do so. So I just took the allergy meds when I got there. And luckily I honestly didn't feel the effects of the dogs too much this time around. I think because I was already sick, I just felt kind of bad either way. But let's just say the allergy meds helped, luckily. But while we were here at my girlfriend's like aunt and uncle's house, we got to explore a bunch of childhood places that my girlfriend was at when she grew up, because this was like her home city where she grew up. Also a city that I'm very familiar with. All my family's over there. I'm not gonna say the exact city, but you could figure it out if you know California. But we basically got to spend the day, you know, hanging out with the family, hanging out with the dogs, and exploring places that we knew growing up that we'd never been to together. And I think this is like day 4 or 5 at this point into the vacation of 1 week, so a little more than halfway at this point. And I also got to meet new little cousins of mine, not blood related to me, but through the relationship they're related to me now because it's my girlfriend's cousins. And it turns out they actually watch like some Minecraft YouTubers, so we got to have a lot of fun spending time with them and just, you know, playing Minecraft with them. That was fun. They were so excited to learn that I did YouTube, so hey, they could be watching this video right now. Besides hanging out at the house, we got food at places. We explored this cool bridge that they went to before. It was like a super long bridge connecting like 2 like mountains, so there's like a giant ravine in the center that you could look down at. And the thing about this bridge is that it was kind of wobbly because it's a long bridge. So when you're standing in the center of it, you could jump up and down it, and it moves back and forth. Like, it's kind of scary, but also kind of fun. So our whole family just walked across this bridge with like 15 people or so. And, you know, some people were scared, and we had some people jumping on the bridge. So as you can imagine, that was pretty funny. I wasn't scared. I was the one making the movement. But yeah, that was a cool spot as well. And then I think the next day, so the final day we were at our aunt and uncle's house, we went to a place, I think it's called like Sunset Beach, on the beach, and it's like on a mountain or a cliffside. And basically it's called Sunset Beach because when it's sunset, which is when we went, you can literally see the sun sink into the ocean because you're so high up and there's nothing around but the ocean. We watched it go right above the ocean all the way until it was setting, so it just disappeared into the ocean. That was one of the coolest experiences of my life. I don't think I've ever seen that before somehow, but definitely recommend Sunset Beach. There's probably a lot of those places all around the world, but in California, it was pretty good. So then that takes us to kind of like the last part of the trip. We woke up, got breakfast at my girlfriend's like favorite spots where she was always wanting to take me for like breakfast and Mexican food. So we got that for the road trip home, drove like 5-6 hours home, which, I mean, that it is what it is. I decided to drive. I mean, I enjoyed it more than flying, that's for sure, because I got to have my own car and drive people around. But that basically concluded the trip, and that was a 1 week vacation. Now I'm back home recording these videos again, and yeah, I kind of just wanted to rant about the vacation because it was one of the most relaxing and enjoyable vacations I've had in a while. I've honestly been working for like the last few months without a break really, so just wanted to come on and talk about that. But I will probably be talking about more just commentary style videos just like this one because they're easy to record. And now I'm about to go on another vacation that's going to be even longer. I think it's like 9 days, going to our friend's wedding, so that's interesting. I think I've only been to one wedding before and it was like my cousin. Let's see if we can finish this last game though. Oh, okay, that's exactly what I was trying to do. But yeah, more vacations coming soon, guys, but I will try to stay posted, making more uploads here like this. So yeah, hope y'all enjoyed. Goodbye.